Hi everyone. Today we're going to be looking at a book that details the short life of a French liner that left a huge impression. And the book is L'Atlantique, Queen of the South Atlantic by Les Streeter. Now Les is a prolific author, and indeed pretty much half of my shelf down here is dedicated to a lot of his books. Most noteworthy being the 5-volume study of the life of the Normandy. And yes, that it is on my list of books to review. He has also done books about Aquitania, the United States, and Balin's Trio. Also, below you can find a link to his website with all of his books, so feel free to check that out. Now, the L'Atlantique tends to be known for two things. Its stunning interior, which is universally acclaimed for having these beautiful Art Deco features, and no doubt as you can see in the photos. And then also on the flip side, it is universally derided, almost universally derided, for having a very dull, bland exterior. Part of that then narrows down to the lack of sheer, and how somehow sheer adds a touch of something else to a ship. It's all a matter of opinion. However, I do want to point out that for those who want a more informed and technically grounded opinion and idea about why the L'Atlantique looks externally the way it does, then you can check out the entry in this book, Liner Renaissance and Retrospective by Philip Dawson, which will give you a far better technical understanding of why the ship was built the way it was. Les does not go into these debates about, lack of sheer or whatnot. He gives you an account of the company and the life of the ship, from conception through to construction, delivery, voyages, destruction, and then eventual scrapping. The highlight of this book is that we are given a deck-by-deck tour of the L'Atlantique. We understand where everything is laid out and how it all looked thanks to these wonderful photos. And as you can see, it is lavishly illustrated with a mix of black and white and color photos. A fun fact that Les pointed out is that the L'Atlantique has the same beam or width as the Ile-de-France, but the L'Atlantique is 15 meters shorter, which tends to accentuate the bulkiness or the look of this ship. Now, unfortunately, this ship was only in service for 2 years before it tragically caught fire with the loss of 17 crew members. There was a risky salvage that brought the ship back, and then it languished even further while there were legal debates between the shipyard and the ship owners, with the ship owners wanting the ship to be scrapped and the shipyard claiming that the ship could be rebuilt. Eventually, the ship owners won, and the L'Atlantique went to the scrap heap. The owners of this ship had a string of bad luck. One of their first liners, which was also 3-funneled, the Burgadilla, had a very short and unsuccessful life and was lost in the First World War. They then ordered a trio of 3-funneled liners, the Gallia, the Lutetia, and the Massilia. The Gallia was lost in the First War, whereas Lutetia and Massilia managed to survive into the 20s and the 30s. After the Atlantique's fiery loss, they then invested in the highly distinctive Pasteur, but due to the start of World War II, that vessel never entered service with that company, even though it ended up having a very long and fascinating career. So bad luck seemed to permeate both the ship and the company. But bad luck does not permeate this book. This book is wonderful. There is a breezy feel to the text. It is never complicated. It is never dense. Indeed, it's perfect if you have a glass of cognac to sip and read right through. And as no doubt you're seeing, and as I've constantly said, it is wonderfully illustrated. The These photos are a feature of all of Les's books. I don't know how he does it, but his ability to find so many rare photos is quite a talent, and certainly a standout feature of not only this book, but indeed all of his other works. Now, I love this book, and for me this is a 4.5 captain's hats because it is in print and in English the most extensive resource we have available for this ship. However, Les has updated this book and it is available electronically, and if you contact him below, he can make that available for you. For lovers of liners, do check this book out. It is wonderfully illustrated, it is well written with an informative, detailed, yet breezy and well-flowing text. And while this ship unfortunately had a short career, this book is a fitting epitaph to the wonderful impression that it left, and that it continues to do so, especially in terms of interior design. And if there are books about any other liners that you would be interested in learning more about, please let me know in the comments below, and as you can see, I can dig through my archives and review them for you. So until next time, enjoy and happy reading, everyone.